23-19 for you. What were you able to capitalize on out there? What were you reading?
Just knowing when my guy drives to the basket, Mo usually, shot blocker, so he's going to go shot blocking. They were just too small in other positions, so just trying to get rebounds and then trying to capitalize in the paint. They did a good job of doubling me and making me force the ball out of the double team, and then the time they didn't, just try to be aggressive.
You guys talked a lot this year about next play mentality and stuff, and it hasn't always been the strength of this team, but tonight, especially start of the second half, you guys turn it over twice, but you don't really come out of what you've been doing defensively. If anything, maybe even lacking a little bit more. How encouraged are you with that part of what you guys were able to accomplish tonight? I know offensively, obviously not your best night.
Yeah, we have to. We gotta, no matter what happens on the offensive end, be able to rely on our defense. They made some plays, made some shots. We turned it over like 20-plus times tonight. So they did their job on the defensive end to turn the ball over, which they've been great at since Joe been hurt. But we just stayed in locked in defensively to continue to get stops and then let that fuel our offense.
Spencer had his Laker high with 11 tonight, hit 3 threes, also played some pretty good defense. What have you seen from him in terms of just continuing to feel more comfortable with this group and help on both sides of the ball?
Yeah, we constantly preach to him to, be himself, be Spencer Dinwiddie. Don't be passive, trying to pass the ball and looking for guys. Like, obviously, that's what he do. But at the same time, we want him to be aggressive. If he's open, shoot the ball, attacking the basket, finishing. And you can tell he's getting more and more comfortable and just playing basketball. So what he did tonight, we're going to need from him these last 12 games that we have, and then more. But he's starting to get comfortable, as you can see tonight.
You mentioned defense, the offense. There's a stretch in the fourth quarter, I think, where they just won their challenge. And you guys came out and executed a double team on Maxey, covered to Batum, forced a miss. LeBron goes coast to coast, scores. You guys get another miss. You run again. Did that stretch? I think you ended with the dunk. They go into timeout. Did that stretch, kind of to you, epitomize sort of the night and kind of the way you guys found a way? And did it feel like you maybe finally found your footing, kind of in that stretch?
Yeah, it was a big stretch for us. I mean, obviously Maxey is the head of the snake, and we want to get the ball out of his hands and make somebody else beat us. Like Kelly played well tonight. Kalo does what he does, and Batum and Buddy and Mo, all those guys. You want to get them off the line, 3-point line, and make a play inside. And I can't remember who got the contest, but on Batum, made him pump fake, put it on the floor, make him take a tough two, and then just playing the transition, knowing that they're one of the bottom teams in transition defense. So we just wanted to get a stop, get a rebound, and just run.
Obviously, you defend anywhere on the floor, but primarily when you're on that back line, where does Cam make the biggest difference being out there defensively?
Yeah, just making it tough on perimeter player tonight is Maxey. He's a big guy, and then just funneling him down to me, and I kind of do the rest. So having Cam back is tremendous for our defense. He loves those matchups. He takes those matchups personally, and takes pride in getting stops. So having him back only makes us more confident in our defense.
How do you guys lean into when you have a length advantage like you did tonight, but have for a lot of these big matchups like Oklahoma City, the Clippers, that kind of thing?
One, we try to get a lot of deflections, show crowds. OKC, just like tonight. Maxey tonight, OKC is Shea. Indiana, Halliburton, all these guys who very elite guards, can play, make, and shoot, can score really well, and we just try to show a presence so they don't see driving lanes. which kind of fuels their game, and also finding guys kind of give them confidence. So for us, just always showing 2 bodies or 3 bodies in front of whoever that guard is, making it difficult for them.
And then offensively?
Offensively, just offensive rebound, extra possessions. When we have a size advantage.
I'm the only one up here.
Yeah, when we have a size advantage, myself, Braun, Rui, we try to go in and get extra possessions for ourselves and get kick out threes or put back layups and dunks.
Thanks, Amy.
Thanks, Sadie. Ron, how would you characterize this one?
Ugly. But we got the job done. Obviously, the 3-day rest, like guys didn't have their legs and the rhythm was off. Obviously, our turnovers were up a lot more than we are accustomed over the last few weeks. So, but we got the job done. We defended like a mug in the second half, giving up only, I think 18 in the third and 24 in the fourth, or vice versa, one of the two. Which one was it?
18 in the fourth.
18 in the fourth, 24 in the third. So that's big time. When your offense is struggling like it was, and we had a lot of chippies that we missed, we had open looks that we missed, but when you can lock in on your defense and get a win like that, that's very important.
How was this group able to do that? To your point, the 94 points on 34% shooting for them all game?
Okay, we didn't have a choice. Like I said, we turned the ball over way too much. We gave them some easy buckets and easy baskets by giving them free reigns at the during the break or on offensive rebounds, but. When we got into the half court, we was able to buckle down defensively, make them take tough shots, and rebound the majority of them.
Spencer's 11 points is the most he scored with you guys since joining the team last month. We've seen what he can do defensively, but when he's able to get it going offensively the way he did, just how much of a difference can he make for you guys?
He's a difference maker, and we need to unlock that for sure for him.
Do you feel like there's something the team can do to further unlock him in the way? Can you elaborate?
Nope.
LeBron, at times this year when, you guys come out to start the second half, right? Turnover, start. There have been times this year where those kinds of plays, maybe some missed calls, would kind of take you out of what you guys need to be doing in other areas of the court. That didn't happen tonight. Do you think that points to kind of this team understanding the situation and the time of the year? Is that a sign of urgency and growth from this group, you think?
We just know what's at stake, obviously. We don't have, we've been saying it for a while, but we don't have any room for error now. It used to be we don't have much room for error. Now we don't have any room for error. So, we just had to right the ship, and obviously starting up the half with multiple turnovers, and, that's not good. But, AR was able to hit a couple threes, though, to keep us in the game, or not let the ship go too far away, and it was able to lock in.
Ron, what is the benefit in your mind having the 3 days that you guys did just have at this point in the season?
I guess just rest. We was able to get on the practice court a little bit more, obviously. That helps. It's just, we've been playing so many games and every other day and back-to-backs and things of that nature. We hadn't had 3 days in a rest in a long time, so we did get a couple of great days of practice. But you definitely lose some rhythm. You lose some rhythm offensively, and the way we've been playing offensively before tonight, we was playing at a high level, so we lost the rhythm in that. But we needed it. I guess we needed to rest, obviously. Having Cam back, he needed to rest a little bit, a couple more days. That helped him be able to play. You see what he's capable of doing, especially defensively in the fourth, and then the rest of the guys.
LeBron, noting that slim margin for error, you basically have to make up 3 games of the 3 teams ahead of you to try to get into the 7-8. Without this seeming obvious, how much of a difference is the 9-10 versus the 7-8 for team like you guys?
At the end of the day, we're not really focused on seeding. We just focus on what we can control. We can't control the seedings if other teams are playing well too still. So what you can control is go out and play, try to win as many games as you can, and then see where you land.
Last question.
LeBron, the rest that you were just talking to Allie about, how would that affect your ankles, and where would you say the ankle situation is right now?
It's a day-to-day process. Every day I'm working on it, working at it, continue to make that priority number one, going down the stretch of the season. So, it's been like that for a couple of years now, but did okay tonight, and hopefully I have a good bounce back on Sunday.
Did it feel different after the 3 days?
Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Mr. James. Davis.
D'Angelo, that was seemed like a refs are letting both teams play, more of a defensive matchup, especially in the second half. What did you guys lean into to find a way to get a win, especially in that fourth quarter?
Just grind it out. Team's well coached. A lot of guys that are more than capable. So for us, just grinding it out, not letting the refs kind of overwhelm us at all or anything like that. So just knew it was going to be a grind, and we did.
You mentioned this last game, when you tied Van Exel, but now just to actually set the mark and got a little ovation in the arena, it had a little bit of time to reflect on it. Can you just speak to that again?
It just feels good to be a part of, like I said, one of these type of deals, and this franchise is one of the most prestigious. So to have my name, just to be a part of it, more than grateful, blessed beyond measures. Just want to keep continuing to shatter it if I can, make it really, really hard for the next person.
Kobe.
Spencer's 11 points are the most he's scored since he joined the team. Over a month ago, have you seen his comfort with the group grow over that time?
It's still working. Obviously, it's a new role for him. He's more than capable to do anything and everything we asked, and the league knows. I'll continue to have his back. The league knows what he's capable of. You come here, you may be asked to do something different, and the league forgets what you're capable of. But kudos to him, man. Just hanging in there. He's more than capable.
Jordan.
Congrats on the record, number one. I know how hard you work. You put a lot of work into outside, but you always talk on the podcast, shout out to the pod, but you always talk about not being athletic, as a guard. How can you talk to kids in terms of, being unathletic in a time where pace is starting to be talked about a lot more, and how people could get to their shots and still have the confidence to average the amount of points that you do and go out there and do that too as well?
Appreciate that. But I think there's always a way. Honestly, I used to believe that I wouldn't be here because of I wasn't athletic, and everybody I looked at was athletic, just on my path to getting here. And once I got here, had a few good games, and confidence was up, and I believed that I could do this. And then I think for kids out there, just continue to work on your craft. The sooner the better. What your game is, or if your parents know what your game is, just work on that, and continue to just add to your toolbox. But when it's time to showcase what you do, be ready.
Do you feel like your game's been, more kids, because I see a lot more kids, they always looked at your game when you was at Mount Verde too as well. I feel like you still got a lot of praise during your time. Do you feel like people praised you playing with pace and not being athletic throughout your whole career? Do you feel like you've gotten that praise? Or do you feel like people have been sleeping on your game a little bit because of that?
I don't even know. I mean, I don't know, bro. I'm so disconnected from what doesn't matter. So for me, I never even looked into it. I never cared. I just appreciated when I watch someone and I notice that they're doing it and dominating the game with something other than their athleticism. I notice it when I watch younger kids at my camp. I notice who's thinking the game. I always gravitate to the ones thinking the game, because sooner or later that won't be there for you, and you'll have to depend on your IQ and things like that. So I never cared, never looked at it, but I know how much I've found little pockets to try to dominate without having that athleticism.
Any more questions for D'Lo?
Thank you.
Thank you.
Darvin, it seems like it's been rare of late that you would have a high turnover, low efficient type of offensive game. What did it take defensively, and kind of who led that charge? I guess AD aside, or featuring AD, that allowed you to get a win like this that was a bit of a muddy game.
Yeah, it's to be expected coming off 3 days off. There's one thing when you got controlled pace and controlled actions in practice, and you have film study and doing a lot of walkthrough, just talking out loud about a lot of different ideas and coverages. But to get out there against live bodies, especially this team, even though they're without Joel, still a formidable ball club. A lot of talent, a lot of firepower still over there, and we knew it was going to be tough. With Maxey, Kyle Lowry, one of the best quarterbacks the NBA has ever seen. Obviously, Tobias is who he is. Kelly has been playing unbelievably. Obviously, Buddy Hill, all those guys. Mo's been playing great for them in that role. Paul Reed. So we knew we had our hands full. Nicholas Platoon, all those guys, man. They're really savvy pros, very experienced vets. And so we just wanted to make sure our defense remained consistent. Got a little bit away from us in the second quarter, but second half, we did a great job despite some of our offensive mistakes. Turning the ball over, missing point-blank shots. Playing up against the shot clock a bunch. We were able to still sustain our defensive effort, and it came from a little bit of everyone. Spencer was great. Cam, Max chasing Buddy around. Obviously, AD at the rim. Bron being shifted in place early. Just everyone. Everyone gave a good team effort defensively.
Darvin, you guys came out after halftime, I think, and had turnover right away to start the third quarter, and maybe in the past that would have taken you guys out of your defensive intensity. How encouraged were you that didn't happen tonight, and do you think that points to that sense of urgency that your guys talked about, kind of maybe even ramping up a little bit here over this past few days? It's kind of the finish line now, sort of, it seems like maybe more of a straight line there.
Absolutely. We talk about giving multiple efforts and having a next play mentality, even when things are good, bad, and different. A lot of things going to happen in an NBA basketball game. The one thing you can't do is, have self-inflicted wounds where you're disappointed because you didn't get a whistle, or you turn the ball over because like I said, it's the difference between just unforced errors and competitive turnovers. Some of our turnovers were competitive. Guys just trying to get the ball to the open guy, didn't quite work out. But just a bunch of them happened in a row. Then playing against the shot clock, when you have to throw up a hand grenade, that's almost just like a turnover as well, because you're not getting the shot in rhythm. But again, our group buckled down. Guys became vocal on the sideline, which was great. The dialogue, we've been preaching that all year, and it's really been at a high level here lately. Just us talking things through and not imploding, just trying to figure it out. That frustration needs to be, the prelude to focus. This was human nature to get upset, angry about mistakes that are being made, but you can't wallow in that emotion. You got to move forward quickly in order to, still sustain yourself and come out on top of a game like this.
Spencer has some, especially early, some really good defensive moments, a block, a deflection, force a turnover, and then offensively, I think the 11 points is the most he scored with you guys. How great was it just to see him put it together on both ends of the floor, and how encouraging is that, I guess, for the future in terms of when you guys need more from him, he can do it, or he showed he can do it?
Oh, yeah, we know. We have full confidence that he can do it. It's just, again, a matter of him learning his teammates, getting in the rhythm, learning where to be on the floor, and just being in attack mode. And defensively, he's a bigger guard, strong, moves his feet well, shows his hands, able to get on-ball blocks, which is, very, very extremely difficult to do in this league. And we saw him do it time and time again. So he's just more and more each game, getting more and more comfortable. And again, everyone around him is encouraging him because we're gonna need him. We're gonna need him, and he's gonna be in the mix. So just for him to just be confident and continue to soak up all the information, and so there's corporate knowledge there, and eventually, it'll be seamless.
Darvin, what did you make of Cam tonight and his return and his defense against Maxey, chasing him around screens and stuff?
That's what he does. His size, his instincts, his refusal to be screened, whether it's off ball, whether it's on ball. Even if he goes under a screen, he's able to still get tall if a guy decides to try to raise up behind it, and his feet, his hands are constantly active, moves his feet really well, was able to stay in front without fouling. I thought he was huge. Those minutes he came in and kind of put him on Max. I told him I didn't want him to guard, no switching. Keep Cam on Max. We can blitz or hedge, what we call dive. If they try to bring someone else into the pick and roll to force a switch, we're not doing. We want Cam on him. When he doesn't have the ball, Cam deny the hell out of him, and I thought he did a great job in a very important segment of the game late.
Coach, how much do you focus on those unforced errors and cleaning that up, and how much of it this late in the season do you just not scoff at, but just kind of say, hey, next game mentality, we got the win, that's what we needed, let's focus on the next assignment?
I mean, you definitely have to look at it. The good part, the good news is the way we guarded and defended everything, and the off. But again, things to get better at, closing out possessions with a defensive rebound. And then offensively, our pace was good. You know, we had some great run-outs. We just didn't connect. And again, it's the difference between just complete unforced errors and competitive turnovers. So we'll get to the film and show some of this and, again, try to learn from it, grow from it, and be better at it.
Last one, Kobe.
Darvin, just two quick ones for you. Torian, do you expect this absence, I know it's personal reasons, to extend beyond today? And with Jalen, just how do you feel for him after having
TP will be back on Sunday, and
Jalen with the back surgery, just how do you feel for him?
Yeah, he's good. Everything was successful. Everything went well, and just start the process of getting back, back to his normal self.
Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.